Emma Stone, valedictorian of the class of 2014, to give her speech.
Emma Stone, class of 2014 valedictorian. Here she comes to the podium. We'll get it to the left.
Thank you, Dr. Ab. And thank you to everyone here for supporting our class, not just on this monumental day, but on every day leading up to it. Because of your commitment to us, we are able to be here today to celebrate both our past and future commitments. By now, you may be asking yourself two fair questions. Why is this girl speaking, and why should I listen to her? In fact, I have been asking myself the same two questions for the past several weeks. To answer the first, the only explanation I can muster is this. When these ceremonies were first organized, some administration in some town decided they needed to fill the program up with more graduate involvement. And so, because everyone loves hearing 18-year-olds ramble for 5 minutes, they resolved with more speeches. But what graduate wants to write a speech after high school is over? Oh, of course they realized. Who other than the kid that must love additional assignments as evident by their transcript? So here I am, the presumed lover of homework and speech writing, Emma Stone. Then, the second question, why even consider what I'm about to say? Well, I have no answer for that, because it is true. My advice holds no real weight. I'm just as clueless and naive as every graduating senior. Seriously, with all things considered, how much of our life have we lived? Well, with a life expectancy of 78 for the guys and 83 for the ladies, that's right, girls? That is about 22% of our lives lived with 78% left to live. And right about now, those administrators are thinking, nice, on top of speech, writing, she likes math too, perfect. But isn't that exciting? The fact that we have lived so little and know so little. Isn't it great to know that maybe the best is yet to come? Anyway, back to less than credentialed me, giving my last remarks to my graduating class. But let me add that I am honored to do so. Right about now is where most of you are expecting the cliche, as Brian mentioned. An insert metaphor comparison between life and a conveniently vague, obscure object or situation here type of thing. For instance, something like, high school never ends, or life is like a box of chocolates. Forget chocolate though. Perhaps I'll try to convince you that life is like a box of juice. And that, class of 2014, is exactly what I'm going to do. I have a juice box theory. Now your first thought may be, oh, I get it. Life sucks.
What?
Perhaps at times life is less than perfect, but that is not my point, at least not entirely. My theory is this. One of the biggest detriments to our learning, our success, and our happiness is becoming an emptied juice box. Now remember when you used to drink every last drop from every juice box? Eventually juice and air would alternate rapidly up the straw, and your parents would scold you for the obnoxious crackling noise it made. If I can do it. There it is. But you're not letting a single drop remain. You would then complete the extraction by intensely squeezing the box and twisting it so that it was concave, free of air, and deformed. It didn't matter that you had completely destroyed the box. The shape of the box, rather. Because you fulfilled your thirst, and the juice box was just trash in the end. Now, do you remember the last time you were the juice box? Remember when expectations and external pressure sucked the life out of you? At one time, one person, or 5 people, were draining you out, twisting you in, and you felt obligated to completely empty yourself into their hands. You felt as though they kept asking for more, expecting more, when you had given them everything you were physically capable of. College applications, auditions, tryouts, a relationship, a job. Remember when you were rejected, cut, brokenhearted, or fired because someone told you you weren't quite good enough or that you did not seem to be giving enough? I do. What is most tragic is that I was letting those who were evaluating me take the juice out of me. An empty juice box is not you giving your 100% and failing. An empty juice box is losing yourself in the attempt to give yourself over. No juice, no air, means no thought, no self. An empty juice box is committing to a cause without value, personal value. It is sitting in class to pass the next test rather than to learn the material. and is playing for the stats or the scholarship rather than for the love of the game. It is like working for the next paycheck rather than for the passion behind the job. I think what I'm trying to say is in all our endeavors, we should give the juice, but keep our shape, keep our meaning. In the future, class of 2014, I hope we can all maintain our shape by not succumbing to the external pressure to follow a certain path or live a certain way. Let us not allow society, our parents, our friends be the straw that contorts us. Let us not be the empty juice box that is soon thrown away because our potential was sucked up and displaced. But here we are now, so vibrant and beaming with potential. This moment is spectacular. And as I embrace this day, thoughts keep rolling over about where we stem to after all this, and my hope blossoms. One may say my juice box remains intact. I hope we take this opportunity to set a new track, to start anew if we need it. I hope we all embark into our future believing the past 18 years, although great, were not the best years of our lives, because they probably won't be, and they certainly don't need to be. I hope we take the risk that we may be too afraid to take 10 years from now. I hope we mess up, I hope we slip. I hope we recover, I hope we defy all odds. I hope we live out of passion, I hope we reject routine. I hope we hear our hearts louder than our minds. I hope we remember that we will grow old too. I hope we remember that we were young once too. I hope we care more about the next moment than the next post on social media. But more than all that, I hope we thank our parents. I hope we stay in touch with our brothers and sisters. I hope we visit our grandparents. I hope we tell our friends what they mean to us. I hope we tell our teachers what they did for us. And of course, I hope we do not become an empty juice box. I hope we do not let something or someone minimize our potential. I hope we never lose the energy, we never give ourselves over without keeping our shape. And lastly, I hope when life hits us hard, we figure out how to suck it up and move on. Okay, almost done. A wise woman once told me, it's not where you launch, it's where you land. Look at us now, all launching from the same spot. We all look exactly the same, adorned in gowns and mortarboard, because today uniformity is key. If you look closely, you may catch the small differences and feel the individuality. But in the end, we are united under Hanover's name. And may I say that I feel privileged to be a part of this moment with this class. As the names are being called off shortly, I hope we all take a moment to appreciate the experience and lessons we have brought each other over the years. I hope we remember where we all started and realize life is a concession of launching pads, where in the end, all we hope is that we land in happiness. I wish you the perfect landing, the utmost happiness, class of 2014. May your juice boxes forever remain their shape. Thank you, and see you when I see you.